Welcome to the TTT News Special. I'm DK Roster. Thank you so much for joining us. Now, this young lady who we're going to be speaking with, she's been described, the person who described her said she's a seamstress. But she's no ordinary seamstress because she suited politicians, soca artists, influencers, and she's so super skilled. This is somebody who started off humbly at the Roxburgh Composite Secondary School. Every piece is a statement piece. I want to know if she describes herself as a seamstress, but we'll get into her. We are speaking with Larissa Dalrymple. How are you doing, Larissa?
Hi, good evening. I'm doing fine.
All right, so even before we put that up, how do you describe yourself now?
As my friend or the person that spoke to you told you, I do describe myself as a seamstress.
Okay, because I know some people, they say, don't call me a seamstress, I'm this or I'm that, so I don't know. Let me ask first.
Nah, you can't. I am a seamstress. You can't call me a seamstress.
No, but I find that very interesting, though, because when I Googled your name, I saw you at somewhere else. It was at front office managing at a popular resort. So the first thing is to let me know how you got into this, because you didn't start off calling yourself a seamstress, though.
No, I didn't. I actually started off in the hospitality industry. I spent, say what, 14 years in the hospitality industry. I started as a waitress, and from there, I worked my way up to assistant GM that was at Blue Waters in Hotel in Speyside. And then after that, I moved to Grafton Beach Resort for 2 years.
Okay, but so where did sewing and the sewing machine come in? Was that before? Was that after?
Well, the sewing and the sewing machine was always there. It was always there from a little child, actually. I had my grandmother old sewing machine, which is the pedal machine, the manual machine. That's the one I started on.
The one that you used to play racing with?
Yes, me and my brother
God bless you.
A lot for that.
Yes, I know about that. I had one as well. Well, my mom of blessed mention, singer, and the amount.
Singer, yep, that's it.
But it's one thing to have this sewing machine, and yeah, you're there playing with it from Granny's time to now. But how did you move and saying, okay, well, we're moving more towards this and away from the hospitality industry?
Within the hospitality industry, you will know that the hours are, the higher you climb, the hours are longer. You have zero time for your family. When they want you to, if you're short-staffed, even on your day off, you still have to go in. And I missed a lot with my kids, so it was that pushed me. My kids are getting big, and I have no time for them. Normally, when they have PTA meeting, I have to send someone else. So I said it's time for me to do something for myself.
No, it's
one. And it actually worked out for the best, because I got one good year, and then after that was COVID. So, and now in the hospitality industry, it would have been hard if I didn't start my own thing.
So when did you specifically start?
In 2019, yes.
Okay, and I continue with the story, because taking notes for myself. Because, you know, sometimes people can track back and say, okay, well, it was this person who started the whole ball rolling, or who put it in my mind. Yes, I was thinking about it, but they made that push, and it's because of them that I started to do it. Is that like it for you?
Not really. I had it within myself, and I started to conversate with friends and family, and then they encouraged me and say, yes, you can do it. But the beginning was not to sew. The beginning was to just open up a small fabric store. And then all my friends keep coming to get something made. And that is how it grew up, from just a fabric store to me being a full-time seamstress.
So is it that you still have the fabric store?
I do, yes.
Well, call the name of the fabric store and let us know where we can go and get some of these things.
The name of the fabric store is Exquisite Fabrics.
Exquisite Fabrics. And what part
yes,
of it?
Yes, it's located in Canaan, on Stumpy Compound, number 4.
All right, and so and I go back to Granny sewing machine. That is one thing. But in terms of getting a little better, because from what I heard, it was clothing and textile at Roxborough Composite.
At Roxborough, yes. At that time, my teacher name was Miss Ria Joseph. She's married now. I cannot remember her name, so I hope she doesn't vex with me, but her name was Ria Joseph. So I started it with her. And all my friends at that time in school, they were super happy that I was doing it, because when school closed halfway during the term, once you know Roxborough uniform, you know the uniform color. The skirt is a brown, and it used to fade out. So halfway during the term, I used to take my friend's school skirt and flip it inside out. So when the new term starts, it's like they have a brand new skirt, but it's not a brand new skirt. It's the same old skirt. And Miss Joseph loved me for that. So she used to take me on, when school closed to August holiday, to assist her with weddings.
And it's always nice to be able to say, okay, as opposed to just doing it in school, and yes, you're getting some experience, but taking it into the real world sometimes is a totally different kettle of fish.
Yes, it is, because I was scared for years. Like I told you, I have been doing this for years, but I was scared to do it for people. I only used to do it for like close friends and family, and then as they start posting their pictures and other people start seeing it, that is when I really had the confidence to like go into this full time.
And Larissa, we're looking at some of the images now, and they are beautiful. But one of the things I see is that it seems as though you take a special care with ladies who have a little more presence, and there we have an example. So we're going to talk a little more about who are your ideal clients, how do people get in contact with you when we return from this break. Stay with us. And we are speaking with Larissa Dalrymple, the individual behind these fabulous looks and the pieces. And that one on with the woman in yellow on a swing, it just talked me away. But Larissa, well, and I guess, and this goes to show, as the person was saying, every piece is from you as a statement piece. But how do people contact you? And another thing, is it that you better cater to ladies with a little size? Because I know sometimes we all have our little hiccups. I don't like how this shoulder look. I don't like how it feel wrong, how some things just girt up, so and so. But in terms of saying that you're able to deal with the figure in front of you, as opposed to ask the person why they don't lose a few pounds, how does that happen with you?
No, you see, it's easy for me to sew for any body type, actually, because I have a sister who is plus size. So I actually had a lot of practice with her. So now it's easy for me to sew for any size. Well, except babies. Those are a little harder to sew for and a little bit tedious, but I can sew for any size person just because I had practice with my sister.
And I feel it looking at it, because sometimes it looks kind of contrived. You try to have these things as opposed to something looking a little effortless. So how much work goes into that? Is it that?
Actually, a lot. It depends on, as you can see, most of my pieces are for photo shoots. People like to do like elaborate long dresses, full dresses that takes a lot of fabric. So it takes a lot of time because we have to like come up with a style that suits the person's body type and their size, and then we go from there choosing material and then getting into actually making the garment.
All right, and what are some, and if I had to talk about your aesthetic, what would the aesthetic be? Because you just spoke about photo shoots, but what kind of look are you going for when you create your pieces?
Actually, what the look I want to make sure that my customers are comfortable. I want to make sure that my clients are comfortable in their own skin, so that it doesn't really have an aesthetic that I go for. I do to suit the clients, because I can't do something that will suit me and it doesn't suit the clients.
And I'm wondering, how is it that someone would engage with you in terms of like reach out to you and say, okay, well, this is what I want, this is the type of fabric I have in mind, this is the look I'm going for, and how much has that changed during the pandemic?
Well, during the pandemic, it has changed a lot because in terms of getting the material to create some of the looks, I normally will have to go to Trinidad to get them. So, and now it's a little bit harder to get the fabric to create some of these looks. So, yeah.
All right. And so I see is eccentric Larissa?
Yes, that's my name on Instagram. So if anyone wants to follow me, eccentric_Larissa.
All right, and what are some of the feedback? What are some of the feedback that you're getting? Because it's one thing, and it's a beautiful thing when you have your friends saying, "Okay, well, yes, we're going to support this," but from your friends going out, what are some of the people? What are some of the things that people are saying who purchase your garments, who interact with you, who get pieces, these statement pieces from you?
Actually, I haven't had much bad review, to be honest. And the bad ones, I turn to take it and turn it around. Like if I make something for someone and they aren't happy, I would actually go out of my way to do it over or to do something different for them to ensure that they are happy at the end, because happy customers bring new customers, as they say, and they are also returning customers.
I know you started off talking about that family support system. You spoke to it, but who are some of those people that you draw on? Because yes, you'll get inspiration in terms of like even changing what you were doing to earn income because of your family. But who are some of those people that you lean on or have leaned on in the past to support you in this endeavor?
Well, my mom, she has been, she wasn't too keen with it in the beginning, to be honest, but she has been behind me ever since, telling me, giving me word of advice, even financially, she has helped. So my mom is actually a big part of this.
Granny still around to see what's going on with
No,
sewing machines?
she's not, and it's so sad because, like I said, I started off playing with her machine, so I know she would have been proud.
And I think she still is. So I just see ladies though. Is it that you only cater to females in your practice?
For now, I do mainly females. There are a couple males that I would like make shirts for because I have a big son, so I know a little in doing clothes for men, but it's mainly like a shirt that I would be able to do.
You say big son is a guinea pig for the hour?
Yes, he is.
But we're looking for good things to come from it, because if you said that your sister is plus size, and now when you create a piece for a plus size figure, it seems so elegant and effortless. I can imagine what's going to be happening for the fellas in a little bit. So once again, in terms of contacting you, Instagram is eccentric_Larissa.
And on Facebook, it's just Larissa Dalrymple, so you can message me on those, or you can contact me on 620-6479.
All right, and is it a matter of trying to make a name for yourself or just develop your craft and get better?
I just want to develop the craft and get better, because I may make a name for myself and then it flops because I do not have the correct craft. So I would go for the craft first, developing my craft, and then I can say I can make a name for myself.
You answer that like a professional, boy. But thank you so much, Larissa, for your time, and we want to thank you for what you are doing. We also want to thank you for tuning into the TTT News Special. I'm DK Ronsta. Have a blessed one.